welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Klee Kai. So today we are going to start off with a litter announcement. Hopefully you guys have all been following along, especially if you're on our waiting list. But Dakota, who was expecting puppies, had her puppies a couple of days ago, and the daddy is Zeus. And I have them under this blanket here, and so I kind of covered them up because I thought I'm not going to start it off and let all of you guys see the puppies. So I thought, oh, I'm going to cover them. But they blessed us with not one, not two, not three, not even four, but 5 gorgeous little puppies. So the other amazing thing is they are all girls. So we have 5 girls, 3 blacks, 2 reds, all beautiful little babies, all piled up. So I'm not going to take too much time away from mommy because Dakota's out getting a potty break, but I wanted to show you guys, so I will pick them up real fast and just show you guys, but it gets really cold in here and they get really cold fast. That's why I like to keep them nice and warm, and so I'm going to show you real fast. And then we're going to move on. Before we do that, if you guys are new to our channel or new to our live stream, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join us every Thursday as we go live from 6 to 8 p.m. And make sure you give us a thumbs up because we appreciate seeing that you guys enjoying our show, and also YouTube loves to see that you guys are also enjoying it. So do me a favor and do that. Type new in the comments below if you guys are new so that we can welcome you. And without further ado, I will show you the baby girls. Let's see, come here, babies. I know. All right, first one, we'll show you the little reds. They're almost identical except for their size. And I'm not gonna come too close so that it doesn't. Is the lighting okay? Oh, I should have turned this light on. Hold on, I forgot to turn this on. Beep, beep. Is that good?
Hey, yeah, you're kind of blurry, but for a second, I think when we were setting some stuff up, the camera moved just a little bit, and you can kind of see the fence.
Oh, okay, we'll fix it.
Perfect.
Okay. Was I still blurry?
I don't know. I was focused on the gate.
We had to fix the gate.
Back up towards you.
Yeah. I need somebody right there to tap it because it works way
We can't
better.
get in because of this cord.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then
Thank you, Emily. We got a super chat.
Super chat. Thank you, Emily. So here's 2 of the girls. They are also almost identical. Let's see. Hold on, babies. Hold on. They're like, I am not going to stay still.
And it's hard to focus. It wants to focus on
because they keep moving too.
You want me to tap it?
Yeah, but if you could just come in here, honey, and tap it, that would be awesome. I have an amazing husband. He is going to tap that camera. It's my shirt. It's like, that's why I wear a sports bra. All right. Good?
No.
No.
Why?
It wants to focus
Oh,
on
my
your
face. My face.
No.
What the heck?
Right there. There you go. Don't do it fast. Do it slow. Go back again. It's focused.
Yeah.
And now slowly move up. I guess it's better.
Okay, whatever. One of these days we'll figure this thing out. And then the last little black girl, who is the only oddball in this group. Hold on, Mommy. She says, no.
You can see her markings, just not super clear.
I don't know why it's not doing that. Why won't it focus? I don't know what's going on, but oh well. That's the baby girls. So they were just born on Tuesday, and we're so excited that we have so many girls. Although I'm not excited because Zeus continues to give me all girls, and I need a boy from him. I need to replace his genes with a young buck, and he's decided, nope, he's just going to give me girls and girls and girls. So The last time that he gave us 5 with Dakota, they were all girls as well. So, oh well. Last time we had 4 blacks and a red. This time we have 2 reds and 3 blacks. So anyways, I'm going to put them back because it's really cold in here, like I said, and Dakota will freak out. And we are going to bring in Siggy's puppies. And as a lot of you guys have been waiting for, of course, we have the DNA back, which is so exciting. And I have all of the results. Hopefully you guys all got to jump in on the fun game. We named it, What's Your Daddy? And,
Who's your daddy?
Or Who's Your Daddy? Who's Your Daddy? And it was a lot of fun seeing your guys' responses and asking you guys how come you came up with those answers. And it was fun to hear what you guys really thought and how you came up with it. It was really exciting to see that you guys were listening over the last several weeks of live streams, and that's how a lot of you guys came up with your answers, which is really cool. So I'm going to put these guys back, and we're going to grab the older babies. Lex, you can pan over to her Siggy, and then that way you guys can just see them, and we'll grab. Where's the crate?
Pee right there, Missy. Okay.
All right, one more. One more. Hi, babies. Of course they want to pee on the blanket because it's new. Huh. Hi, you guys want to eat? Okay, so I'm going to feed them real fast so you guys can see how much fun it is once they wake up and
One of them
eat.
found it.
Oh, you little booger. Because they'll really wake up. So we introduced them to soft kibble right when they turn 4 weeks old. And I have to monitor because I have some that will go from little bowl to bowl and eat everybody's food.
Put your pencils in there.
Yeah. Inside the...
In your chair.
Oh.
You just sat on it.
Okay, so...
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Let's see.
Thank you, Natasha.
Aw, hi, Natasha. Natasha actually helped us, and I'm working on a video, but she helped us with ultrasound because she is a mommy doctor and she does ultrasounds on humans all the time. So she took some time out of her busy schedule to conference with us and teach us a few things about ultrasound, which is really awesome. So thank you, Natasha. All right, now that they're all awake, we have all of these results. And before I get into that, so we decided that we were going to do two things. We're going to give away something very special for the person who actually picked the right parents to every puppy. And of course, they're all going to pee, which is fine because then I can take this out of here. Huh. Yeah, then we could take this out. You're going to pee too. And so we're going to award somebody a gift, and we'll explain that whenever we announce it. And then also we are going to give away our first free shirt to somebody, and that is going to be to the top super chat or super sticker of the day, and we'll get that mailed out to you guys. So Alexis will keep track of who that is, and then before it's over, we will announce that for you guys. And so, without any further questions, I know you have questions, Alexis, but I'm going to jump into this real fast. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Move it. Move. They're like, no. Okay. So, we asked you guys who you thought the dad was. So, Simba is a gray and white, double blue-eyed. Stebbins is a black and white, brown-eyed. And it's funny because a lot of you thought, oh, Simba's the dad to all of them because he's young. Or no, Stebbins is the dad to all of them. Not a lot of you said, oh, split here and there. It took a little while for us to actually get somebody who was correct. And then when we finally did, we got like 3 or 4 that were correct. So I think we ended up with 4, maybe 5, because a couple came rolling in later. But we ended up with several. So the winner is going to go to the person who answered first.
Thank you,
That
Megan.
was correct. Thank you, Megan. But also they have to be on the live stream. So if you guys are on here, I'm going to go to the second person who picked the right daddies. And so we went through, and of course, Siggy's black and white, right? We talk about black and whites and gray and whites and red and whites and who produces what colors. And I'm going to go over some of that in a minute. We're going to give you a bunch of stats that we came up with from our breeding program, which we thought was really interesting. But the first one we're going to talk about is Nike, and that's because he was the firstborn. And we get this really cool DNA certificate for every puppy that will go to the new owners once we offer them to the waiting list. And so for those of you guys who don't remember, or maybe you're not on our list and you don't get to see all the updates, Nike is this guy right here. Come here, Papa. So he is the lightest of the grays, okay? So that's Nike. Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you, Catherine.
Daddy is Simba. So Simba's gray, he's gray, and that is his father, Simba. Next on the list, I'm just gonna go in order of how they were born. So the next one is, come here, buddy. You right here. Is Nemo. Nemo is also gray and white.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Heather. Come here, all of you guys. So Nemo is a darker gray, but also gray. And he looks a lot like one of his sisters. But his daddy is Simba again. So far 2 boys, both Simbas. The next puppy that was born is Naomi, and she is a black and white, and she's actually the tiniest of them all. So this is Naomi, and her father is Stebbins. So now we know we have 2 dads, which is so cool because I told you guys before, I've done a few breedings where I mix a boy and a girl. I mean, sorry, 2 boys, but I've always had one dad. And so this time was so exciting to see, wow, we actually have 2 fathers. So that's who Naomi's daddy is. And then next is Nitro. Okay, so Nitro is the lightest of the black and whites.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack. Okay, so I want to talk about this for a second before I tell you who his father is. So he is probably the most silvery tipped of the blacks, right? So if you compare, come here, Mama, the 2 puppies, and you see how different they are. Now, the outline of a dog's ear is how UKC determines what color the puppy is. So the outline here, which is basically the rim of the ear, if it's black, the dog is considered black. If it's gray, they're gray. If it's white,
Thank you,
they're
Sandy.
white. Thank you, Sandy. And so he is a dilute black is what we would call it, because he's more salt and peppery, but he's still considered a black puppy. And so his sisters are both darker black. Now, some of you had said his dad was Simba. Some of you guys said his dad was Stebbins. And I asked some of you guys why you decided what father you did. And the answers that I got, I actually was so impressed with you guys, because you guys said you compared muzzles to the father's muzzles, or you compared like the coloring of Simba and his silver tips versus Stebbins, who's a darker black, and then of course Siggy, who's a darker black, and then some of you said that you just guessed. It was all over the board, and some of you based it on size, but a lot of you guys said that you based it on what I've been talking about. And I thought, wow, that was really impressive, and I'm so happy to hear that you guys are learning so much about the colors and what we get, because one thing that's so exciting for us as a Klee Kai breeder is that we don't always get the same thing, and we don't always know what we're gonna get, which to me, I enjoy, because it's always a surprise. Like, it's always Christmas whenever puppies come. Just like with Dakota and Zeus, they're both black and white, but we got 2 red puppies out of it. So anyhow, that's a little spiel on the coloring and how some of you guys came up with your suggestions and your view on how you guys picked. So the next one.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Okay, so the next one, Nitro. His daddy is Simba. So I want to go back to that. Simba, you guys, the ones that did pick Simba, which by the way, not many of you did, but the ones that did pick Simba, you guys all said like the same thing. You guys looked at the coloring and the silver tips and how he's a lot lighter than his 2 black and white siblings. But it's kind of funny because he is the only one who's not double blue-eyed. So he has 1 brown eye. Stebbins is the only one with brown eyes. Siggy has blue eyes and Simba has blue eyes. So if you take color out of the equation and you think eyes, naturally a lot of people probably think, oh, Simba's the dad because he has a brown eye. Stebbins is the dad because he has a brown eye, but Simba became the father of that little boy. So next is Night, and she is the other black girl, and she is over here. Come here, Mommy. There you go. And so little Night here, I know it's kind of funny, she's a little girl, but we called her Night because that's one of the names you guys suggested. So she's actually really dark also. Hi. She's the darkest of the 3 blacks. So if you look at this one, you can see there's some side shading here, but she's still pretty dark. So you can see lighter here, darker on her. And she has a split mask, so she has white coming down the nose bar. Hi, buddy. And so her father is dun, 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 Stebbins. So Stebbins is the father to both of the dark black girls. And we know Stebbins is the father, and we know Simba is the father of this little guy who just climbed in my lap, and the 2 gray boys. So we only have 1 left, and that is Nadia. And Nadia is right here. So Nadia and Nemo look so much alike. It's really hard for me to see, to tell who's who when it's just one, but when they're together, I can tell pretty easily. So this is the last one. That's Nadia, and she's gray and white. And so now I can tell you, when I first saw the litter being born, I instantly thought all three grays are going to be Simbas, because although we do get a gray here and there from two black puppies or two black parents, it's pretty rare. So considering that Simba's gray and we have three gray puppies, I figured he was going to be the father to the three grays. And sure enough, dun, 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 we were right. So Nadia is also from Simba. So we have 4 puppies from Simba, 2 puppies from Stebbins. And that is what we have. So of course we had a lot of you want to know, okay, who won, and if you're on here, please make sure you say something so Alexis can see. So the very first person who actually responded correctly was Susan D. So Susan, if you're on here, please make sure that you say something so we know that you're live. And she responded, she was the first one to get it right, and believe it or not, she responded at 9:25 in the evening. And so we sent that out earlier that day, and it took several hours for us to get a correct answer. So Susan, if you're on here, please let us know. Okay, Lex, let me know if she's on.
I will. I don't see anything yet.
Okay, we'll give her a few minutes. And now while we're giving her a few minutes, I will let Alexis ask a few questions because I know we have some.
Well, we had a couple from the top, but those were answered. Sorry, I'm trying to find where we need to start.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have any super chat, super stickers that we need to answer?
I answered it over the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe you were in the middle of that. One of them was, I'm a few minutes late. Are they all girls? This is talking about Dakota's.
Oh, okay, yes. So all of Dakota's puppies are girls, all 5.
Here it is. Okay, this is where I wanted to start. Do you ever do IUI or IVF to get the genders you need?
No. Nope, we just let them do what they're gonna do, and hope for the best.
Well, we did this. Daniel asked, can we get an intro to each one of Siggy's puppies?
Yes, we did.
And then,
what are you guys doing over there? Hi.
What are the best beds for puppies?
Honestly, it depends on the age, but if it's just on the floor, any type of bed is gonna be fine. They like the ones that they can climb up into that have a lot of the sharper material, like this fun stuff here. They'll like stuff like that. But a lot of puppies are gonna chew their bedding. So they're gonna chew it up, they're gonna dig, they're going to make holes, and you're gonna end up throwing them away. So if they're really young, don't spend a lot of money on them if they're in the crate. If it's outside of the crate and where you can make sure they don't chew it, then you can buy all the cute fluff stuff. A lot of blankets, we buy a lot of our blankets as baby blankets because you can find them on clearance everywhere. And for some reason, baby stuff is cheaper than dog stuff, which is kind of funny. Hey, what do you want to show?
Okay.
What do you want to show?
I'm new to the stream, but I have a quick question about the puppies. What age do you sell them?
We have a pretty long waiting list, but we offer our puppies to our waiting list usually when they're around 4 weeks old. These guys are almost 5 weeks old and they haven't been offered yet, partially because I was hoping to get the DNA back before I offered them, just so we know who the dad is and not leave it up in the air. But usually 4 to 5 weeks, and then they go home at 8 weeks.
Are any of them going to be standards?
I'm not sure yet. Probably, but I'm not positive yet. And I don't weigh them until Fridays.
I think you did this already.
Okay.
Tanya asked, so how many are Simbas?
4. 4 are Simbas and 2 are Stebbins. And has Susan showed up?
I have not seen her, no.
Ah, Susan. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you answer one more question, and then I will move it on to the next one.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
New letters are always so exciting. Is anyone else pregnant?
Yes. Speaking of that, who is that?
Lindsay.
Okay, when you ask a question, can you tell me who it is? Just the first name?
Yeah.
So I know. Yes, Lindsay. In fact, we just did an ultrasound. That's what I was saying about Natasha being on, and she helped me do ultrasound. So we did confirm Aggie is pregnant. She's due in 4 weeks. So she's due in 4 weeks. We saw 2 or 3. One day we saw 2, one day we saw 3. So I'm not sure, but she's definitely pregnant. Next.
Catherine asked.
I forgot. I was gonna say I'm done.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead and do that one. Catherine.
Yes, Catherine asked, are you gonna keep Nadia?
Okay, so Catherine is kind of a funny story. When the DNA came back, I told Alexis and my husband, I said, you know, we can actually keep 2 puppies now because they have different dads. So it's like we're getting a 2 for 1. If we kept 2 girls from 2 different dads, then they literally are only related by 1 parent.
It's like 2 separate litters.
It's like 2 separate litters, but they're not. So I haven't decided who I'm going to keep.
Man, those babies are loud.
But they are loud. But I do want to keep one for sure, one of the girls, and it will definitely be either that one right there tearing up the toy, or the gray girl Nadia. So the black one was Naomi, so either Naomi or Nadia. Yeah. Okay, Susan, I'm sorry, but you missed out. So we're gonna go on to the second person, and the second person who responded would be Mary McKenna. Mary McKenna, if you're on here, Mary, make sure you let us know right away, and we'll take a few more questions and hope that you are here to let us know.
Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you, Natasha.
We got a sticker. This one is, how often do you give them shots?
So the puppies have their first set of shots before they leave here. And that's usually right around 8
Mary's
weeks old.
here.
Yay, Mary! Okay, Mary, so you were the second person to respond, but because Susan hasn't responded, so she's not here, then I'll jump right back to that question. But you are going to be sent a shirt. We're going to send you a shirt. So, of course, I have your email address. So I will email you just so you can, I'll give you a code, actually. It's going to be a code that you can go onto the website and punch in, and then that way you could fill out what shirt you want and your address, and then we'll mail that off to you. So thank you for participating. I know that I had asked you as well how you picked the dogs that you did, and you pretty much gave the answers that I explained. So good job. Congratulations. We'll send that off to you. All right, so back to the shots. They are given their first set right around 8 weeks old before they leave here. And then depending on your area and your vets, you're gonna give another 2 or 3 sets of puppy shots before they get their rabies. So then they'll get their rabies after that. And then afterwards, it's once a year. Okay.
Okay.
While you're looking up the questions, I'm gonna show everybody. So
I have it. I have ready.
okay, well, go ahead.
Go ahead. Do what you were gonna do.
She's taking too long.
I'm not taking too long. You're just trying to skip ahead.
No. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys some of the merchandise. So if you're on our waiting list, then you know that we now have merchandise on our website. Of course, we are not 100% yet. We still have things that we are working on, but I wanted to just share with some of you guys. We have, of course, oops, sorry. We have our masks, but a lot of you guys asked for a red mask, so we made a red mask. Now, one of the problems that we have with some of the lighter dogs is that a lot of the white cannot be printed because obviously there's not white ink. And so these are not iron-ons, and since they are not iron-ons, we actually, well, we're over here. We have to print on white material. So if it's a white dog, we sometimes can struggle to get it correct. But you guys wanted a red, so we did a red, and we did it in both. We did it in the concave one, which is the 3D, and then of course in the flat. And I'm gonna tell you guys, we announced this not even that long ago. Last night we put it on, we linked it to our Facebook. And then we didn't announce it, and then just a little while ago we announced it, and we've been overwhelmed. Like, it's been pretty exciting, but at the same time we already sold out on one of the masks really, really fast. So we'll get more as we can get time to make them, but they are going fast. And so we do have reds now, finally, and then we had some shirts.
Did you tell them how to get it on the website?
How to get what?
How to find the shop?
Well, when you guys go on, when you get onto our website, which is, hopefully Alexis has that up on the screen. Whenever we have puppy poop, whenever you get onto our website, up at the top, you're gonna see a menu bar, and if you're on a phone, then you're gonna click on the little menu, and you'll click Shop Now. And if you're on a desktop, you'll see it up at the top. It'll say Shop Now. And so, yeah, or if you can give me a tissue, either one. And so we have shirts for kids, we have shirts for men, we have shirts for women, and we're working on some other things, which I can't wait to get up, but slowly but surely we're getting there. So one of my favorites is actually this men's shirt, which is a V-neck, but I know a lot of people do like V-neck, and it's super, super soft, and it's blue. And I actually like the fact that the design came out really, really good on this blue shirt. So we have some of those. And then we have just a standard white men's t-shirt, okay, which is a crew neck and not a V-neck. And then, oh, I forgot the other shirt. The women's, we have two women's shirts. We have a ribbed V-neck, which has a little bit of a texture. And this one's very lightweight. So it's very lightweight and comfortable, and it's more stretchy than the other one, which is very similar to this crew neck, but it's a V-neck, but the material is the same. And
Did you get the ribbed one?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have the ribbed one. But these are all on the website along with the masks. One thing I will tell you is we hopefully by tomorrow, if not by this weekend, we will have it set up so that you guys can customize a mask with your own image. So it's fine. It's fine. Thank you, hon. So you'll be able to, if you already have a Klee Kai or a different dog or whoever you want to put on it, you can upload an image and we can print your own mask with your own image. So that's going to be a lot of fun and exciting. So I just wanted to take a second and let all of you guys know, if you are interested, to get over to the website because they are going fast, and we will try to keep up with demand as much as we can. But we also have koozies on there. We have older puppies crying that need to come out. The rest of you guys are sleeping. Okay, we will answer a few questions. We can try to put them in here, honey, or maybe hold them so that they're quiet because they might pick on the little babies.
Put the head on that toy down. You're blocking the little braid.
Here. All right, next question.
Okay. How much do you spend on food and supplies for the dogs each month? I hope I'm not being too personal.
It's a lot. I don't even know, honestly. I mean, we don't take any cut corners or try to save money on that stuff. Like,
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you, Ellie. That's all part of the business and part of having dogs. So we try to buy the best that we can at all times. So it's a lot of money. Go ahead. Next question.
What is the name of that cute blanket?
Oh,
Flash bed.
Speaking of this cute little blanket,
No, the bed. Dog. The cute dog blankets bed, question mark.
that's what I'm pointing at.
Well, I think she means either the brown one with the paws or the toy.
No, she means this. It's a dog.
Okay. Oh,
That's what
you're
she
right.
means.
You're right.
I know. We just got that. We bought this on Amazon from last week's donations. I don't have it on our website or anything yet. Hi, baby. But it was on Amazon and it's super cute. So it has squeaky toys in the ears and in the tail, and it has all of these little teething toy, don't pick on her, little knots and rubber teething toys, which I thought was amazing. So yeah, thanks to you guys. We bought that last week on Amazon.
Okay. What are your favorite teething toys?
Stuff like this, rubbery, especially something like this. We have a bunch of these, but this is some of my favorites. And also anything like you can freeze carrots for them. Quit eating my stuff. Anything that's nice and cold, you are going to be happy with. And then it depends on the dog and in the moment because they get tired of things really, really fast. So another thing that's one of my favorites is really a new thing for us, probably within the last couple of months, is these they're from Petco, and you can get them on Amazon as well. And they're called Star Mark, and they are my best now because they last a long time and they have replacements. So we buy these all of the time. In fact, a shipment just came in with like 10 of them because you can replace the inner chewing part. I want to take one more question, and then I want to get into the topic of the percentages of the colors. You're barking at the big puppies?
Okay.
Hi, Mommy. Hi.
Any tips for caring for a new puppy while working full-time?
Working from home full-time, hopefully. Because if you're working out of the home full-time, it's going to be pretty hard on the puppy.
Thank you, Brayden.
Thank you, Brayden. Uh-oh, Brayden wants something. Brayden wants to win that toy or the shirt. I'm losing track of things. Okay, so the what was the question? Oh my god.
Any tips for caring for
Oh yeah,
a new puppy?
Sorry. I got excited when I saw the super chat. So we have I would say you want to go and talk to anybody that you can, friends, neighbors, family, pet sitters, dog walkers, if you are working outside of home and you're going to bring home a new puppy, because you don't want to leave an 8-week-old puppy home alone all day and then come home late at night. You're going to have a hard time with potty training. You're going to have a hard time with socializing. You're going to have a hard time all the way around because that puppy is going to be alone and very, very lonely. So you want to do that. If you are going to be home during all of this and just working from home, then it's just like all of my other videos on having a puppy from home and being consistent in training and crate training and being the boss and not letting them be the ruler. Those things are all super important. Okay. You got it away from me? All right. Okay, that was, unless you have a super chat that I need to jump up to, I'm going to move on to this.
We don't, but we
Okay.
have like a whole bunch of questions.
Okay, but I know people want to know about this stuff too. Hey, what are you doing, Missy? What are you doing? Huh? Okay. Let's see. I want to talk about color. So we get a lot of questions about color. One of our probably most commonly asked is, how often do we get red puppies? And so, you know, I really didn't know because I didn't ever keep track percentage-wise. And so I thought, okay, we want to go back and do some research. And so I went back to 2018, 2019, and then to date for, hey, I like my shoes, to date for 2020. And so we, of course, included Dakota's puppies in that. So in 2018, we had 49% gray and white puppies, 29% black and white puppies, 19% red puppies, and 3% all white puppies. And that was kind of surprising to me because I thought that it was more evenly distributed between the grays and the black and whites. So that was quite interesting for me. So then in 2019, it went 31% for gray and white puppies, 43% for black and white puppies, 21% for red puppies, and 5% on white puppies. And so whites went up. Now, the whites, it was either 1 puppy, 2 puppy, or 3 puppies. It wasn't very many at all. And then in 2019, we ended up with more black and whites than we did gray and whites, where the previous year we had more gray and whites than we did black and whites. And then so far in 2020, oh, nice, quit eating my shoes. Eat your bones. Here. In 2020, so far, I know a lot of you already know the answer. We had a lot of grays already this year. But we've had, bless you, 52% gray and whites, 30% black and whites, 15% reds, and 3% in whites. So that is the statistics for the last few years on the percentages of colors that we've had, which was really interesting. So now when people say, how often do you get reds? I can say about 20%. So thank you guys for asking those questions because it really sparked, for me, it was like, oh, hello, ta-da, I should have looked into that a long time ago. So wanted to share that. And then I'll go ahead and take a question or two, and then I'm going to continue with the colors. Oh my goodness, this little girl wants to eat my shoes constantly. Stop eating my shoe. Here.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm listening.
At what age do the puppies blow their first coat?
Oh, usually between 3.5 and 4 months old is when they're going to blow that first puppy coat. I'm going to give these guys bones so they'll quit eating my shoes.
And then the next one is it true that blue-eyed dogs tend to go blind at an earlier age?
No, not at all. Here.
Thank you, Boriana.
Thank you, Boriana. Here. They're right here. Here. Okay? Alexis, are we good? Did she disappear?
You said 2.
Yeah, you told
You
me
said
too.
2 questions.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted because I was giving them bones. I said a few.
Oh, okay, well then I'll keep going.
That's fine. Yeah, if you have a lot, I'll take 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay.
Tanya asked, how is Nova doing?
Oh my gosh. She's a handful. But she's good. She's good. She's doing, fine. Diamond still mothers her all the time.
She's getting big.
She's getting big. We'll bring them in at the end. Once we'll put everybody away because, of course, Siggy's puppies are all sleeping back here. We'll put everybody away and we'll bring them in.
Are they allowed to eat other food other than dog food?
I mean, I say no. Depends who you ask. You're just asking for trouble if you give them things that we're eating, because then they become beggars. We have one of those because I have a kid of mine who loves to give Rue food off of his plate.
I want her to die happy.
He wants her to die happy. She's 4. She's 3.5 actually.
No, but I mean, like, she's got to live a full life.
But so if you're asking like, is it okay to give vegetables that aren't on your plate? Yes. Is it okay to give them fruit? Absolutely. Like, we have apples in the back. The dogs eat them all the time. They get them off the tree and they eat them.
They also
Perfectly
eat the
fine.
peaches.
They also eat the peaches. They also eat strawberries. They will eat all of that stuff. But you don't want to give it to them when it's off of your plate. And you don't want to give them too much of it.
Don't give them grapes.
And don't give them grapes. Grapes are not good for them. The skin on grapes is not digestible, and it's pretty dangerous for puppies or dogs to have grapes. So, next question.
Sorry, I was thinking about that story.
Yes. Braden and the grapes. He was so happy throwing grapes up, and the dogs were catching them, and he thought it was the best thing ever. Now,
It was really cute.
he was like 10 years old, but anyways.
With all of these fires going on, what would you recommend putting in an evacuation bag for your dog?
Well, obviously food and a leash and a collar would be great. Other than that, I mean, a carry bag a crate, something like that. But most important, obviously, the little bowls that you can be able to give them food and water, and a leash and a crate in case you got to get out.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, that's a good question.
So is Sam he gets to jump to the top?
He sure does. I'm new to the channel and waitlist. I know it's 18 months for a puppy, but is the waitlist numbered?
That is not numbered, and we don't number it for a lot of reasons because sometimes things change. So for example, if you guys are on our waiting list and it's on our deposit contract, but if you're on our list and we do not hear from you and you disappear for 6, 7, 8 months, we remove you from our email list and from the waiting list. And so it is your responsibility to reach back out to us when you're ready for a puppy. The reason we do that is because when we get new people on our waiting list and they want to know accurately how long is the wait, if I have 3, 4, 5, 6 people who don't respond and I never know when they're going to be ready for a puppy, I'm now misinforming other people. And so we do this because, for one, we want to keep you guys engaged and make sure that you are communicating with us as much as we communicate with you, and also so that we can let everybody else know how accurate our numbers are. Of course, we know how many puppies we've had in the last year, in the last previous years, and so we can gauge it based on that. As far as numbering it, we don't number it. We try to update you if you ask. However, if you're brand new on the list, we ask that you don't even bother, because when we say it's 18 months, it's 18 months. I'm saying give or take a month or so, but it's not going to be anytime soon. And that's because as the pandemic keeps growing and more problems are arising in the whole world and schools are shut down, everybody's wanting a puppy. And our YouTube channel is growing and more people are wanting a puppy. And so it is growing craziness, and we really think it's 18 months. All right.
Are you ready for another one?
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned that you will probably keep Keanu's red and white boy unless he had certain issues. Can you elaborate?
Yes. So male dogs, it's pretty hard for breeders to get quality male puppies, because in this breed and in a lot of small dogs, they actually retain a testicle or both testicles. And so if that happens, they can't be bred. It's not safe, obviously, and it's a genetic fault, and you don't want that in your breeding program. And so they have to go to a pet home. And so that is the biggest concern, is with male puppies, do they have their testicles in place at an early age? Now, there are times where they can drop a little bit later, but the chances are a lot less if they're not already in place. So as long as he has them and his bite's good and all of that, then he'll stay here for sure. All right, I want to jump on a little bit. Is that okay, Alexis? If I go jump on the colors a little bit? Okay, so, we looked at the grays and the blacks, even the reds, right? And how often we get certain colors and how often we get the light colors. And so the blacks, when we breed 2 dark blacks together, and I say dark blacks meaning they're not as salt and peppery, we normally will see black and white puppies unless they have the red gene, because the red gene's like totally different. So ignore the whole red thing. But black and whites normally don't give grays, at least very often, maybe a few times a year, if that. And so whenever we saw this litter come with 3 blacks and 3 grays, we're like, well, mom is black, dad is gray, or dad is black. So for the 3 gray puppies to actually end up being Stebbins was highly, highly unlikely, because in the past 18 years, we very rarely see that. So that was one sign that I knew for sure, Simba's going to be the father to some, if not all of these puppies. And then whenever we looked at like red puppies bred, or red dogs bred that to either a gray or to a black, it was funny because we would see that a red and white bred to a black dog would actually still give us gray puppies. And I would have thought that it wouldn't have been that way. I would have thought, maybe I would get more blacks or reds. Now, I can only get reds if both parents carry the red gene. So they both have to have the red gene. One dog could be red or not, but they both have to have that gene in order for me to even get red puppies. So I can tell, I already know who has the red gene in my breeding program. So I already know for sure when I can get reds, but that's not a given that I'm going to get reds. So Dakota and Zeus are both black and white, both have the red gene. I knew they could not give us white puppies because they don't have the white gene. So I knew I could get reds, I knew I could get blacks. But I didn't know if maybe I could get grays because we've seen grays before with reds and blacks. However, they gave us all blacks. They've never given us a gray, those two. They've been bred together 3 times. So then it made me think, I wonder if the grays are coming from a black dog or a red dog if they have the white gene. Maybe. So that'll be my next research. Like I'll start to see. I know for sure, I wrote down some of the dogs that actually have given us black puppies. For example, Rue and Trout. They gave us a black puppy, and they're both gray. Trout has the white gene. Rue does not. So interestingly there, I don't know for sure where that's coming from, but it's pretty rare that we see blacks on the grays. And then we have reds that have thrown the grays and thrown the blacks. So I'm going to do a little more research and see if I can't figure things out a little more. But it's still a lot of fun to be able to see, like, when we have different litters and what they're born with, what colors we end up with, even what eye colors. Because just because both parents have blue eyes doesn't mean we're going to get blue-eyed puppies. Take little Nitro, for example. We have a bi-eyed and both parents are double blue. So, I don't know. Interesting. All right, we'll take a couple more questions.
All right, Lindsay asked, does Aggie or the father of her puppies have the white gene?
Aggie does not have the white gene, and of course she is red. Now the father, this will be interesting. The father is actually, he's in a pet home, and we worked out a deal with one of our pet owners to keep him intact, and so he came here and we bred him for, I think, 4 days. To Aggie, but he is almost identical to Simba. He is a light gray, he's double blue-eyed. We don't know if he has the white gene. He could, but his dad is Tyler, and his mom is Khaleesi. And so Khaleesi was born and bred here, but she's also in a pet home. So I have some agreements with a few people. It's not a lot that I have deals with where I will keep breeding a dog, but anyways, so we'll see what happens. He could have the red and he could have the white because Tyler is a black and white, but he has the red gene and the white gene. We'll see. But we can't get white puppies, just so you know. We could get reds if he has the red gene.
All right, this one's related. Isn't Aggie Simba's mom?
Yes. Yeah. So this will be interesting too because Aggie is a red. She's Simba's mom, and Simba's very light gray. And we bred her to a light gray. Now, when we got Simba, we bred her to Hunter, and Hunter is a light gray. So, fingers crossed, we get light grays. We'll see in 4 more weeks.
Which color is the highest in demand?
It changes. Used to be hands down black and white, double blue-eyed all the time. Now, it's kind of split, I would say. Reds are getting pretty popular. A lot of people are asking for reds now.
I know you guys don't really like the toy size, so what size do you prefer?
I mean, I like the mini and the standard. I don't see a big difference. I like the minis because they can just easily be picked up and carried around. The standards are a little harder to pick up and carry around. I mean, we still carry them, but they're a little lighter, of course. But when I just look at them and I don't have to carry them and they're walking, I like the standards because they're still a small dog, but they are big enough and hardy enough to withstand jumping in and out of cars, jumping in and off of the couch or the bed, and they don't get hurt right away. I like the way they look overall.
Is one sex higher in demand than the other?
No, I don't think so. It's pretty even on that. It used to be girls. A lot of people liked girls. But now, I think a lot of it also is because people aren't as picky or specific because they just want a puppy, especially during these times. Everybody's just wanting a puppy. So they figure the less specific they are, maybe they'll get a puppy sooner.
What is the least requested traits?
White,
Brown eye.
brown eyes, even bi-eyed and party eyes are pretty popular. People don't mind them anymore. It used to be that people kind of stayed away from that too, but people like it now. So I would say brown eyes and whites.
How often do they bathe, and what kind of shampoo do you use?
We don't bathe our dogs very often. Puppies get bathed more because they roll around and pee and poop, and so they have to get bathed. But we really only bathe them 3 to 4 times a year, and that's it. And as far as shampoos, I have a whole video on that. As far as grooming and shampoos, we do not spend a lot of money on our shampoos at all because they don't really. Yeah, you can show me that. Puppy-wise, we use Burt's Bee, usually the most common because it's very gentle and it has. Thank you, bud. It has a lot of conditioning in it, and so it's really gentle on them, and it smells really good, so we use this a lot. But honestly, anything that you can get your hands on that is just going to soften their coat, moisturize their skin, that's all they really need. They don't really need a detangler, they don't need a whitener, they don't need, even there's shampoos out there that say they help with shedding. It doesn't work. Don't spend your money on it. They're gonna shed regardless. So we don't spend a lot of money on it. That's it.
Is there a way you like to keep us updated on our situations?
I just ask that even if you aren't ready for a puppy, that you respond and just say we're passing, or we're still interested, keep us on the list, or we're still 3 months out, or that type of thing. Especially when you know you're getting close and you're not ready yet, or it's not the right puppy for you. Just so that I know you're still alive. For one, you know, that you're still interested in a Klee Kai.
What is the shortest and longest anyone's been on the wait list?
Oh. I mean, the shortest, I don't really know for sure. It's probably,
Years ago.
no, I would say it's probably the gentleman that we had on last week. When we did the live, we interviewed a couple people, yeah, and Tom literally got on the list in March, got a puppy awarded to him in March. But that was a while back. That was a couple of years ago, and it was a red puppy also, and reds were not very common, not very commonly requested or even produced for that matter. And so he got pretty lucky to get a puppy that fast. And as far as how long, several years. In fact, I mean, we have people on our list who've been on our list for several years, and it's their choice. Either they're not ready yet, or they're very, very picky. Those types of things. So it could be a couple years, but again, it's not because of us in the past, anyways. Now it's because of the pandemic. But yeah, I would say a couple years at least.
Do your dogs like bathing?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you watch the video, we have that video on YouTube, and they just sit in there. In fact, we have a pool outside for the dogs, just a plastic pool. And the kids came out earlier, like Simba's just laying in the pool. He's just chilling. So they don't mind the bath. But we hear stories from our puppy owners that their dog hates the bath or they hate grooming. But that's not because they don't like it. It's because they were never taught to like it or how to enjoy it. So if you start them young, then they're going to enjoy it a lot more. And reward them. Hey guys, oh, you can't talk while we're here. Next question.
About washing them, fleas are a plague here in southwestern Texas. So do you recommend Dawn for flea baths?
Okay. People are gonna probably get mad at me, but I will say yes, because Dawn will kill everything. But remember that your dog should have a treatment, not just a bath. So if you get them on protection, then you won't have that big of a problem. So you want to, puppy's trying to get the phone. You want to make sure that they have a monthly treatment. And if you do that, it'll be better. For sure.
Sorry, wrong button. Oh, that was the last question.
Oh, okay, awesome. So, I think I want to let you guys decide on who we're gonna give away a shirt to before it gets too late. And what time is it?
7.
Okay. So if you can figure that out, I see another couple questions popping up. So if you want to figure that out, and I'll answer those questions real fast.
Can you see them?
Yes.
Okay, go for
I
it.
see Tanya's asking what collars do you have for your younger puppies? So for our younger puppies, we still use the choke chains, even whenever they're 8-10 weeks old. And we use those because it's so much easier for us to control the puppy and get their attention rather quickly, but also because they can't slip out. And so if they can slip out, they can get injured, get hurt, get hit by a car, get spooked. And so we still use these thin choke chains even when we have puppies that we're keeping. But we also use a regular collar that is a buckle style, and we like the buckle style more than the clip ones, because the clip ones, unless you get the metal clip ones, the clip ones that are plastic, a lot of times they will be able to pull and open them up, or they chew them off of each other because we have too many puppies and dogs. So the regular buckle style. We don't use harnesses. I know a lot of people who do use harnesses. I don't have anything negative to say from a personal experience. I just know from other people who have talked about puppies getting out of harnesses, and so we don't like them for that reason. We also don't like harnesses because then the puppy is in control, and they're always, if you see someone walking a dog with a harness, the dog's always out in front, and you have no control over the dog, and they are now in charge, and you're not. All right, and then the other one, I lost it. It disappeared on me.
Has anyone ever had to give a puppy back to you?
That was, there was another one before that I missed.
Oh, go ahead and do that one. I already put it up.
Okay, so that one is, yes. In fact, we were sued over that, truth be told. Years ago, it's in our contract, by the way, that if you cannot keep a puppy, or it's too much for you and you don't want to keep a puppy, it must come back to us. And if that is the case, then we will try to rehome the puppy, or adult dog for that matter. But yeah, quick story. We did have a puppy come back to us. It was probably about 6 years ago, maybe less than that. And she just decided that she didn't want to have a puppy after all. She had the puppy for like 3 days. And it was too much for her. She was too young, I guess. She wanted to party and not take care of a puppy. And so she thought she would send this puppy back to me and get her money back, and that didn't happen. So she sued me. She flew out here from, I think it was Texas, and she lost because she signed a contract. And then she went and blasted me all over the internet. So you're gonna see a bad mark, but I have nothing to hide. It's in my contract. You guys agreed to that contract. The reason why we say that is because we don't want our puppies getting into shelters. We don't want them getting into the wrong hands. We want to make sure that they have a suitable home. And shame on me, I put this puppy in a not suitable home. But sometimes you just don't know. People tell you things that aren't true. But yeah, we do once in a while get puppies back. It's pretty rare, but we do.
The one that was up above is, we're up in Santa Barbara and the allergies are horrible. What do you recommend?
We don't have allergies, and so I don't have anything that I can recommend. I don't have an answer for you on that one. I would say you're probably gonna have to talk to a vet if your dog does have any allergies with the wind and any of the elements in the air, that type of thing. Vitamin for sure. Make sure they're on a vitamin. I don't really have a lot of answers though.
Well, I have the winner, and then we have a question from Carrie
Okay.
about something that I know you guys talked about.
Okay.
So our winner is going to be Buren Blvd.
Buren Blvd, congratulations. We will send you an email with a link that you can punch into the website, onto the shop page, and you'll be able to pick a shirt, and we'll get that off to you. thank you guys, everybody, for supporting our channel. If you're new and you aren't familiar with the whole super chat and super stickers, we use that money when we get it to buy the dogs new toys or new treats. And then we always kind of try to showcase them to you guys and see if we like them or we don't. Some of them are a bust. Like some of the things we bought stick on the ground. The dogs pulled them up. One of the things sticks on the ground and it was great. The lick mats were great. This little toy is going to be awesome. It's a mat that has stuff on it. So you guys bought us that. So thank you. And thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it.
He said thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Carrie said, can you please go over the lepto shot?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Carrie, for reminding me. Okay, so Carrie just recently got a puppy from us, maybe a couple weeks ago, and she took her puppy in to get her shots a couple of days ago and her flea treatment, and she ended up waking up with a reaction. Her muzzle was swollen. And so she texted me, and I instantly told her it's probably a reaction from either the flea treatment or from the shots. What vaccines did you get? And she gave me the little DLPP. As soon as I saw that there was an L in there, I knew instantly that it was probably from the lepto shot. So the lepto shot is when they you see the L. And I will tell all of you, do not get your puppy the lepto shot. There's a lot of bad reviews on that. There's also a lot of reverse reactions on dogs with lepto. And lepto is a bacterial infection that dogs can get from water. It's in the water that they get into and drink. And what causes it is either wildlife or rodents that urinate in the water and your dog drinks it. Now, those animals have to be affected by lepto, but then it's passed on to your puppy. And so what I will tell all of you is don't give your dog the lepto shot, but also pay attention to what your dog gets into. You don't want your puppy or adult dog to be getting into dirty water, dirty ponds, that type of thing, and drinking that water because there's other contaminants that could be in that, algae, all kinds of bad things. So as long as you do the right thing there and you don't introduce your dog to that type of environment, you won't have anything to worry about. But that was a pretty scary situation for Carrie and her puppy, and she was kind of freaked out about it. I told her what to do, and sure enough, the swelling did go down, and now she knows not to do lepto. So thank you, Carrie, for reminding me because I had told her maybe that's something I should talk to you guys about. The vets, some vets don't even recommend it. My vet doesn't for sure. But some vets do, and some just, they don't even care. They're in it for the money, and the more vaccines they can give you, the more money they're going to charge you. So stay away from lepto.
I always find it really helpful when you compare the puppies to fully grown dogs on your program. Can you remind us of what the puppies that will be coming up for offer? Can you remind us of that with the puppies that you will be coming up for offer?
Yes. I understand.
I know
So-
I did. I was like,
Yeah.
Sorry, that was really bad. I noticed that Nike had an interesting pattern on his back. Will he keep that?
So on their backs, a lot of that's going to change from puppy to adult. So they will change their coloring and their markings a lot, especially on hey, let go of my shoe. Especially on the lighter color. So on any of the light colored dogs, that's going to change so much. So once they blow that puppy coat, they're going to look so different.
You might have kind of talked about this, but might not have fully answered it. If somebody returns their puppy to you, do you give their money back?
No, we do not. We do not get your money back, and that is in our contract. And so you snooze, you lose. And so we want, first of all, we want to make sure that you are committed to buying a puppy and raising that puppy. And I will say there's been exceptions, and even when the lady sued me, I did offer a partial refund. That wasn't good enough for her, and then she sued me, and then the judge laughed at her. So I don't have to. If I'm able to get the puppy back and it's healthy and there's nothing wrong with it and I don't have to spend months to rehabilitate and train a dog that you didn't train, then I have some compassion, but I'm not obligated to.
Where did you get the shark beanbag you're sitting on?
I got it at Target. It was one of my best finds, and that was because I needed something really low to the ground, but my back hurt every Thursday after sitting on the ground for 2 hours. And so we found it at Target, and it was a score. The puppies like it too. That's why I have to hurry up and get back in my seat so they don't pee on it. Can you guys tell me when it's 7:30, and then we'll put them away, and I'll get the older dogs back in.
Yeah. What is she doing?
You realize the little ones peed on that. She's like, I don't care.
She can smell it. That's why.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Hey, honey, can you give me that other blanket that's like this over there so that I can lay it out for her? Babies, you guys are way over there.
When you need to leave your dog at home, what do you give them to keep them occupied in their crate?
So you want to give them either something like this or a stuffed Kong that's frozen, something that's going to keep them busy for a while, and mix it up. You don't always want to give them the same thing because they get bored really easy. And so the more variety you give them, the less likely they're going to be screaming all of the time because they're bored of the same treat. But something that's going to last a while. And I did a video on that, like frozen Kongs and different things that you can put in them, and they'll last them a while.
Can they get affected by any insects?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's definitely insects that can affect a dog if they get bitten by it, even spiders. And there is something, it's pretty common in the South, and maybe even in, I think, Texas too. It's called, what is that bug, honey? The chungus. I think it's like chungus disease or chungus. Oh, it's a kissing bug. It's also called kissing bug. But I know that's pretty dangerous.
Thank you, Fabiana.
Thank you, Fabiana. So there's definitely some bugs that will affect your dog for sure, and even some mosquitoes. Different mosquitoes will give them things. So like Lyme disease that you want to be aware of. And so a lot of the flea treatments will cover, and even the topic, even the pills that your vet will recommend will help protect them from things like mosquito bites. But not everything is going to be 100%.
The next question. Is this breed good for therapy dogs, service dogs per se, but like in a rehab facility or therapist's office?
Yes, we talked about this a little bit last week too. We have a family that has a Klee Kai from us from a few years ago, and she actually is the star of a somewhat new series on Showtime, and it's called Couples Therapy, and her co-star is a Klee Kai. But definitely this breed is a companion breed, and they're very loving and loyal, and they want to please, and they want to give you attention and affection, and they want it in return. So some of the best therapy in the world is a puppy climbing and kissing you. So definitely, for sure, they can be.
Have you ever offered a puppy you wished to keep and keep a puppy you wished to offer?
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yes, for sure. We make mistakes, for sure, where it's like, no, it's not really the right size, or we don't need that puppy right now, or I get it wrong. But yeah, we do, and sometimes, one time specifically, I sold another puppy to a breeder, and a couple years later, I went and bought her back, so I made that mistake. And then another one was Nala. We sold her, and Alexis is wanting credit for this. We sold her, but she hadn't left yet. And then, like 2 days later, we realized, man, we should have kept her. Some of my concerns with her was her markings, but they evened out. But Alexis was like, Mom, you have to keep her. We have to keep her. So the amazing family, because it was one of Kika's last generations. It's her
Closest
closest
living relative.
living relative. Well, her mom is her closest living relative. So, anyways,
Well, so
yes.
is Nala now.
No, her mom,
Her mom passed away.
Sasha.
Oh.
Sasha's. But yeah,
You're
so, but thankfully, Janae and her family was amazing. We have more puppy poop everywhere. And she agreed to let us keep her right after we decided to sell her. We changed our mind, but she didn't have to, but she did let us cancel that contract, and then she got the next puppy. So yes, we have.
And she got an amazing puppy.
And she got an amazing puppy. She got a puppy from Diamond, so she's happy.
You ready for the next one?
Yes, I'm not in my chair just because I got to clean up messes, but I'm listening.
Okay. Are they good with little kids?
It depends on where you get your puppy from. If you get a puppy that is raised with kids, you're gonna have I'm gonna have to give you this because this ain't gonna work. You're gonna have a great companion that is used to kids. If you get a puppy that is not used to kids, then it's just gonna take some work of the puppy, for one, knowing, I'm gonna wrap all this, for the puppy knowing who kids are, and also for the kids to know how to treat a puppy, and then they'll get used to it. But I'm gonna say yes because in our opinion, they are, and they all have their favorite. And oops, sorry. If you look back at any of our other videos, especially when we started doing live streams, but we weren't talking on them really or any of that stuff, you'll see so many of our videos are with Ethan with tons of puppies all over him. And so, yes, they can be great with kids.
When are Siggy's puppers being offered?
Oh my goodness. Well, they obviously are ready to be offered. There's more for you, honey. And I just have to work on a video. And so hopefully this weekend, don't sit in my chair. Hopefully this weekend, now that I know Daddy's. But I also have to decide who I'm keeping. So we'll see. Hopefully this weekend. Hi, baby. Okay. Ow! That was my nose you bit. Hi, baby.
Well, that's all the questions that I see.
Okay, what,
It is 7:17.
okay, so we have a little time. Little guys are waking up, so where's the rest of them? They're behind me? You guys are sleeping back there? Hi. Hi. They're waking up. Are we good?
Nope, we got 2 more. What made you decide to do the live stream?
One thing that made us think that we should do that is a lot of people wanted to get videos. They were always asking for videos. And I didn't have enough time in the day to send everybody individual videos, especially when they were already awarded a puppy. I can't talk with you guys. This is my life. This is what we get to hear all the time.
Thank you for the sticker, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. We're gonna try and talk over them real fast. We'll see. So back to my answer. So we can't send individual videos to everybody every time somebody's awarded a puppy. We just don't have enough time. So that was one of the reasons that made me think to do that. Also because like a lot of people don't really know about the breed, and there's a lot of things that you read on the internet that aren't really accurate. And so I felt like it would be a great opportunity to share the breed more with people. Where are you going? And to let people see firsthand, like in a live view, how they are. Like, are they good with kids? Absolutely, they're good with kids. Are they good for every kid? No, but if you have a well-behaved kid who knows how to treat a puppy, yes. So that was why. Just a lot of reasons. But now it's kind of been growing and growing and a lot of fun that it's more excitement than anything. It's just exciting to do it.
This is Nikki, and she says, my boyfriend and I are trying to conceive. How do you teach an older dog to be okay with kids?
So interestingly enough, we have a lot of puppies that went to families who didn't have kids, but had kids after they had a puppy from us. And they all love the kids. And I think part of that is because they're used to kids when they were here. And then the owners also did a really good job of continuing to socialize their dog with kids. But it's funny, we hear stories about people who even they're just new grandparents, and the baby comes and all of a sudden the dogs are literally just standing over the baby and making sure that nobody gets too close to the baby. And then we have a family here locally who has 2 kids, but they have 2 Klee Kai from us. And both of their kids came after their Klee Kai, and they're their best friends. So I think a lot of it has to do with how they're born and raised the first 8 weeks, but then also you have to do your part to continually socialize your puppy with kids.
What is the ratio of standards to miniatures that you breed?
I don't know.
That's a good one to do.
That's a good one. Maybe for next weekend or next week I can do that one. Alexis, maybe you can make a note of that.
Okay.
We'll try to get that for you next week.
Well, Catherine also brought this up, but thank you, Mary, for bringing it up. Have we named Jazzy and Keanu's puppies?
No.
Catherine messaged me.
It's on my list.
Noticed that too.
And I gave my list to my husband. So yes, we do need to name them. But if we're gonna do that, then let me grab them. Should you grab them?
Thank you, Sandy.
That way we can
she
see
has
them.
a question that went up first.
Okay, go ahead.
What letter will Dakota and Zeus's puppies start with?
Oh, they're gonna be P litter. So we're gonna name an O litter right now, and they are a boy and a girl, and the boy is red and the girl is gray. But I'll grab them, and that way you guys can see them. And then actually, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put these guys away, so that way Siggy can get back into her puppies, and then I'll get the 2 little ones, and then we'll name them. Next week we'll name Dakota's. I think we'll name them next week. So we'll just stick with naming Jazzy and Keanu's 2 puppies. That way we can get the crew all in here. I know you guys have been asking, you want to see Simba.
Before your name that you put in the comments, put exclamation points in front of it.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard that. Alexis would like for you to put explanation marks in front of your name suggestions, because it'll help her find them as we write them down. So you guys start thinking of that. We're gonna put these guys away, but thank God they're right here, and we'll grab the others. All right. Can you start getting these? Yeah. Can you help Eric perhaps see these puppies? Oh. The sleeping in the crates or the? I definitely need somebody to tap on the camera though, because we gotta get that to focus so that they could see them. But of course they were asleep. So let me put them on the pee pad and see if they'll go pee first. Okay, not over here. You guys pee over there. Good girl. You don't go on that. Go pee right there. Good girl, mommy. All right, buddy, your turn. Your sister's Sprite. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to make this little boy go pee because he's just gonna come pee on the blanket if I don't. So I did update new pictures of both of these little guys, and they're both double blue-eyed. And so the little girl will be offered, of course they're still kind of young, but they'll be offered after Siggy's, probably a week or two after, and or she will be. And then as of now, we'll hang on to the boy. All right, he's not gonna go, she went. While I have them out, and we talked in the past about a dew clause, and if we remove the dew clause or why we remove the dew clause. And so this is a perfect opportunity for us to explain to you and show you what dew clause look like on a puppy. Because Jazzy's puppies had their dew clause left on, and they weren't here for me to get them in and get that done. And so, of course, their owner didn't know that she should have done that, and I was too busy dealing with my own personal life that I forgot. So I'm going to show you them, and then you'll understand what they look like and why we remove them. And so this is the little girl, and hopefully if I keep my head up. Now, some puppies, and it doesn't matter what the breed is, but some dogs will have front dew claws and back dew claws. And what that means is they're on their front feet and their back feet. And so this little girl has all 4 dew claws. So you can see on her front feet, which if she lets me.
Back up just a tiny bit.
Oh, I'm gonna
a little bit more. Let it focus on her, and then back more. Why isn't it focusing like it usually does?
I think it's I probably don't have it on autofocus.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus on her, and her face is looking right at the camera.
Okay. Well, I'm not even gonna mess with it right now, because if I touch the camera, we're gonna screw it all up. So I'm gonna just keep it back here. So the backs are really big. Aw, she was yawning too. Can I see it from here at
Yeah.
least? Okay, so see those? So whoever gets her, it'll be recommended when she gets spayed to have them go ahead and remove them. They're too old to remove them now because you have to do it within the first 5 days at the latest, but usually in the first 3 to 4 days, because once they get a little older, then they have too much filling, and then they're gonna feel that pain, because when dew claws are removed, they aren't put asleep or anything, they're just removed. This is the little boy who's off limits. He's like, look over there, goofball. He says, no. He says, all right, down. So back to the little girl, so you guys can see her face now. I won't focus on her dew claws anymore. How are we there? Good?
Yeah.
All right. So we need O names, and we got a list, I'm guessing, from the sound of your voice.
We have a bunch.
Okay.
We starred some off because we liked them.
Okay. So we'll just go through the ones you like then, or?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. me. I do want to say a few that are kind of funny.
Okay.
One of the name suggestion was Optimus Prime. We have Ori and O.
Oh, that's cute.
And then instead of Ori and O, Oreo as one.
Uh-huh.
And then we also had like Olaf. And let's see, we had a couple funny ones. Orange. We had one that said olive oil.
Oh my god, olive oil, that's cute.
And then Orbit was cute.
Uh-huh.
So the ones that we kind of start off were Orion, Opal, Ocean, Oakley, and I think that was it. We liked those four.
Okay.
I really like Orion.
Odinette. Ashley's naming Nova. I don't know why. Maybe she's asking where Nova is. Onyx, opal, orange, olive. Ophelia. That's cute. Come here, babies. Come over here.
Oakley is cute, and I really like Orion, but Orion's a boy name.
Yeah.
And then I like Opal and Ocean for the girl.
Yeah, Ocean's cute. I like Ocean.
Ocean and Oakley?
Sure.
We'll go with that.
That's kind of beach themey.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Ocean for the girl. Oakley for the boy. Maybe we'll keep that name for him because we don't have any O names with our dogs. Come here, guys. You gotta come over here. Come here. So they're, I think, almost 3 weeks. So you can see they're kind of goofy the way they walk, and they're just learning how to walk on slick floors. If they would stay over here. Hey, come over here, Goof.
I put you on the phone view, and you can see him just sitting there crying.
Now they're gonna talk to each other. There you go. You gotta come over here. Now you're gonna talk to him? Huh? Come over here, buddy. Come here. Come here, little Oakley. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that's good. So
You can't even see him on this one. There
No?
he goes. Now you can.
come here, buddy. Come here. Come over here.
Also, it's 7:33.
Okay, so why don't we bring the brats in? Let you guys see the brats for a minute. We'll put these guys away now that they have names. And we'll finish it off that way. It's just gonna get crazy. Just so you know, it's gonna get crazy. I better put the shirts up. Huh?
Yeah.
We gotta put the shirts up? Yeah, it's gonna get loud. Alright, then we'll do that. So we're gonna bring in all the older dogs. Well, not all of them, but we're gonna bring in some older dogs. And
I'm
let
gonna
them
switch
tear
you
it up.
over to Siggy.
We'll switch you over to Siggy for a minute so you can see the babies. They're probably asleep, who knows. And then, are you still on me?
Yeah.
I think it's giving kisses. I'm giving kisses.
I wasn't gonna switch it until you were done talking.
I was just making sure because you were looking over there.
Oh yeah.
This is a cute age. They just are learning how to talk and be all vocal, and they can't run away from us yet. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put them back. They found bones. Some of them
Alrighty,
found
we're
bones.
back.
We're back. I gotta pick this up because I don't want them to destroy it. It's for the babies. Okay. Here. You want that one? Of course you do. Okay, guys. We're back. I'm gonna sit back here. Okay. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't do that. My shoes will be right in the view. Okay.
Ready
I know
for
we
some
have questions. I'm ready. Hi, Beaver.
Alright. This one is from quite a while ago. This person asked, who is the barker of the group?
Simba is the most loudest, obnoxious, girl crying boy dog we have. And Nala is the talker. Like, she's not a big barker, but she's a big talker. And she has the cutest little voice. And then Nova is trying to compete with Simba. She's pretty loud.
Emily Miller asked, any thoughts on essential oils for pups like lavender and a diffuser when crate training to help them relax?
I have heard of it. I haven't used it, but it's definitely something you could try, especially if you already have it for you.
Denise asked, what can you do to better socialize a Klee Kai puppy during the pandemic?
You can still do a lot of socializing even during the pandemic, especially in your own neighborhood. A lot of socializing has very little to do with socializing around your friends and family. It has a lot to do with socializing in an environment that we live in, and things, life, the trash truck going by, the people walking by that are wearing sunglasses or hats, and Simba, get over here. Simba, get over here. Anything that you can do to introduce them to tall buildings, all of that stuff that normally we take for granted. The gardener, all of that you can do in your own front yard. People walk by all the time nowadays, walking with kids on their bikes, kids riding bicycles, scooters, kids walking their dogs, all of that you can socialize your puppy with. It's still pretty simple. You just can't get them into a lot of the puppy classes, but you can still do so much more.
How many puppies in total do you have to sell right now?
Well, we just had a litter of 5, we have a litter of 6, and a litter of 2.
Do the math.
A lot. Just crazy, because we used to get big litters a lot. We haven't really had big litters for a while, and so it's kind of nice seeing that we were getting some big litters again. Hi, Mama. Lay down. Lay down, baby. Lay down.
How long does it normally take for a puppy to respond to their new name after being renamed?
Well, we don't call them by their names. So even though we're going to name them something, it is really just for tracking purposes, for us to keep a record of who's who. So we don't call them by their names. In fact, sometimes I can't even remember what I named a puppy, and I have to ask you guys on the live. So they don't go off of that. So they pick it up pretty quickly.
Do you guys do day visits for people interested in the breed?
Right now, no. Especially not right now. We did in the past, but it also depends on if we have new puppies, because if we have new puppies, we don't let people into our home. Simba, get over here.
Hang on, I'm still going through some of the
Somebody
names.
snagged doesn't know what happened. He lost his ballistic.
Everybody's saying Nova's getting so big and they almost didn't recognize her.
I know, she's growing. She's growing, and I know you guys haven't seen Simba for like 3 weeks in a row now, and he's filling out really nicely. So I'm getting him a bone, but he is actually getting really nice and broad now as he gets into full maturity. And so yeah, he's a
Well,
handsome boy.
while you're into this subject, Lindsay asked, can you remind us of who's who?
You guys had bones. This one was for Simba. Yes. We got the 2 with no hair. Come here, Diamond. Diamond. So turn around. Diamond. River. Come here, River. Come here. Come here. They want to see who you are. Come here. You're not getting that bone. Rue, who's being a greasy dog, because lost her bone. Okay, sit. Thank you. Nala. Oh, don't take her bone. Here. Nala. Nala.
And Nova.
Simba, come here. Simba, the big goofball. That one. And then Nova's a little tiny one. That's his Nova. You better not take her bone. She's gonna get you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Right there, Diamond. All right. Next question. You can have that.
Oh, well, part of that. Now that you named them, can you give their size and approximate weight?
Yes. Okay. So Simba's the biggest in here, and him and Siggy are probably pretty close as far as height goes, but Siggy's a little longer. So Simba is last I measured, he was at almost 16 inches, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty close to 16. And he is almost 20 pounds. And then Diamond and Rue are almost identical in height. They are about 15 and a half inches, but Diamond's about 1 pound more. So Diamond weighed, what, 21 pounds, Lex, last time?
More. She was like 22 because Siggy's like 24.
Oh yeah, Rue was 21. Diamond was 22 pounds, and Rue was 21 pounds, which was very surprising to me because Rue had never weighed that much. Rue always was at like 18 pounds, and then now she's up to 21 pounds. But I think some of that has to do with it is so hot right now that they just don't have a lot of energy that they normally have to burn off some of that. So that's them. Nala is my little skinny mini and probably my slow eater of the whole pack. Did they take all your bones? And she is barely a mini at a little over 13 inches and 11 pounds. She's still young. She'll fill out some. Nova is a baby. She's what, 4 months almost? Almost 4 months now. And last time we weighed her, she was 7.7. That was the last time we did flea treatment, which was probably 3 weeks ago. So she's probably getting close to 8 pounds now.
Who were Nova's parents?
Nova actually wasn't born here, although she was raised here. So Nova came from us from Julie Baker. She's another breeder and one of my dear friends. And Diamond, if you don't know this, Diamond only had 1 puppy, her last litter, and it didn't make it. And Diamond struggled. She was so sad, so upset. And so we bought Diamond a puppy. And Diamond raised her. So Nova came to us at 4 weeks old. And Diamond finished raising her and let her nurse and thought that she was a tiny puppy forever.
Still thinks that.
Still thinks that. Still babies her.
What is the funniest / weirdest Klee cat experiences you've had? Simba's big butt's in the way and it focuses
Simba,
on him.
come over here. At least lay down. There you go. Come lay down. Come lay down.
Well, for one, I don't know if this is a cat thing, but what Rue is doing right now with her back legs is pretty hilarious.
Yes. Diamond, I don't need your tongue in my mouth. So, a lot of things they do that's funny is that we call it frog dog legs. They also cross their paws a lot. They clean themselves all the time. In fact, I have a video that I got the other day when I was sitting at my desk, and one of Siggy's puppies was cleaning Siggy's ears, the insides of her ears, cleaning her like a cat. So that's really cute. They really think that they're a cat whenever they want to climb across the back of the couch or across the back wall, because we have a really short brick wall and they all run across that cat-like. Nala is probably the most cat-like when it comes to jumping up on things, because she literally will tell her to go to her crate. Everyone goes to their crate. She looks at me and jumps up on top of the crate. That's all I got.
I forgot Catherine calls it a sploot.
Yes. Ruin her sploot. back to, hey, somebody got that out.
He got the whole thing out.
Yeah, that's probably because I didn't have it in right. Give that to me. Give it to me. Come here. Come here. Don't embarrass me on my live. Drop it. Oh, you're gonna get in trouble. It's not a game. It is not a game. You're not eating that whole thing. He says, oh, yes, I am. You better listen. No. No. You wait until I put it back. Hold on, guys. We've got this out, and he can't have it like that. Sit. Sit. No, no. It's his. He got it. All right.
Jeremy asked, "Isn't Sploot a corgi thing?"
I don't know. I'm not familiar with corgis. Here. Sit.
I've never heard of any other dogs really doing it. It's the most like Roo. Roo is the #1 dog that we know that does it.
Yeah. But they all do it. It's just the most common is Roo for sure. All right.
We have another question.
Okay.
What is the biggest change from puppy to adult for the Greys that you've ever had?
I mean, a lot of it is the very, very light grays. So the light grays, I don't know who's asking that and if they are familiar, but Simba was almost white. And look at how dark he is now. So the sides are, of course, really light gray, but he has a lot of darkness. Watch, I'll get him to jump up. Here. So he knows he's supposed to sit. But they can see his back.
Yeah.
Right? Now let's stop.
Oh, pretty boy.
My springy. Sit. Sit.
See, he's sitting all
I
pretty.
saw him. I just had to get the girls away. So I would say the lightest grays are gonna change the most, like that, because people don't even believe that's the same dog. But you can see the transition week after week when I made that video.
Oh yeah. You wanna mention that video's up?
Huh?
You wanna mention that video?
What
that
video?
You posted of Simba.
Oh, it is up. So on our YouTube channel, we actually have a video. It says, I think it's 1 day to 1 year transformation. And so if you go watch that, you'll see him at a very young age and then through adulthood and how much he changed. But he's going to be the biggest. Hi, Nolly. Simba's determined to get that thing out again. It's because you broke it off whenever you bit it.
How long after puppy's last shots can you 100% expose your puppy to all environments?
I mean, I would say you can never be 100%. So keep that in mind, that just because they're vaccinated doesn't mean that they're safe from everything. It's just like humans, just because we're vaccinated. So it's a chance you're going to have to take, just knowing where you go and that everything is clean. But as soon as we say, whenever they've had 3 sets of shots. So I got to take this because he broke it off before I put it back in, and now it won't even stay in. Now you can't have this one. You got to get the other one. So once they've had 3 sets, it should be good. But don't wait to socialize your puppy until after they've had 3 sets because you're missing a huge opportunity on socializing.
Catherine put the link up for Simba's YouTube video.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Catherine. I love her. Let's give her a shout out. Woo! Catherine, you're the best. So I just want to say thank you for taking your busy life and busy schedules on Thursdays and dedicating them to us in our live stream, because we appreciate all that you do and how much help you are on giving people more information and pointing them in the right direction so that Alexis can focus on her things and so that I can stay back here and not have to worry about all of that. So thank you, Catherine. I really, really appreciate you. Hopefully you get a puppy soon. Hopefully I don't keep the one she wants. All right. Next.
I made a little thing that says "We heart you, Catherine."
Oh, cute.
Gerald asked, "Can you tell what size the pups will grow up to be?"
Is he asking about the pups we have now?
I think in general.
In general. So in general, we give our best estimate on on our puppies when they're about 4 weeks old when we offer them. There's no guarantee on the size, but we have been doing this a pretty long time, so we have a pretty good idea. But once in a while, they do stump us. But yeah, that's usually what we do. He was gonna jump up there. Come here. You want a bully stick, huh? I know what you want. I gotta find him a bully stick. Hold on. Do you have another question?
I do.
Okay, I'm listening.
How big do you think Nova will be?
Oh, I think that she will be a large mini. She's very stocky, but she's not super tall. Timma, sit. I'm getting it for you. And she's just very thick. But her mom and dad are small. Nova, I hope they can all see her. So Nova knows how to sit. She's doing good with that. She does good in her crate. Huh, Novi? But this is for Simba. You guys all have bones and he doesn't. And you're being a handsome boy. That one's for you.
And we dropped it to get a different one.
He wants the one that's all chewed. He knows he knows how to play the girls. If he waits until they drop the nice soft chewed ones, then he's scored. So now somebody else is out. Diamond doesn't seem to care though. She's got it.
His tail just blocked the whole thing. It's focused on his tail and everything else is blurry.
There, he moved.
It literally blurred the whole entire screen except for his tail in the bottom corner.
That's funny.
The next question is from Ashley. She said, how did you start breeding and is it hard to become a breeder?
Oh my God. Well, I've been breeding for years, since I was like 20 years old. Not Klee Kai though. And so I always knew I was going to breed Klee Kai. But that's how I got started just years and years and years ago before I had kids. Long story short, I was told I never could have kids. And so my kids were my dogs. And then we had kids. But that's how we got started. As far as, is it hard? Absolutely. It's so much work. Now, if you have one dog, it's different. But for us, it's very tiring. Doesn't matter what time the dogs decide to have puppies or what time Nova wants to get up in the morning. She's the first one up. Sometimes it's at 4:45 in the morning. Everyone else sleeps through it except for me. And so, or my husband. No, he gets up. He hears. But
The camera loves to focus on Simba.
yeah, I don't know why. Why is that? But it's definitely hard. But it's also sometimes devastating and heartbreaking because it's not all fun and games, and you lose puppies and things happen, and it's tough. But there's also a lot of reward. So,
Have you ever had a moose size?
yes, we've had a few of them. We talked about that before too. We have had a few of them that are throwbacks, really. And who do you smell? Daddy's over there.
Hey, papas.
Look at Simba's tail.
I know he's so excited.
But yeah, we have. Both of the ones that I know of were both red and white boys, and they were both over 18 inches.
Okay.
Simba, why don't you just relax?
Oh, Catherine was saying she's happy to help and she loves spending time with us on Thursdays.
Oh, awesome. Sim, come here. Relax, Papa. Relax. Just want somebody else's bone. You want somebody else's bone.
Whose size was the biggest surprise and how much bigger or smaller were they than you expected them to be?
Nala, for sure. And the truth is, I would have kept her regardless once we made the agreement to keep her because of who she's related to. But normally I wouldn't keep a dog that small just because you could have a lot of problems when you're breeding a Klee Kai that's small. Plus, you have to have a small male to be able to breed to a small female. And so you're just asking for some trouble. We do have some small ones, but they're broader, and so she is not as broad. She's a lot finer boned and narrow, and so hopefully we won't have problems with that. But I thought for sure she was going to be bigger. She's barely a mini. Her mom is a mini, and her dad's Stebbins. Her dad's a small standard, and he's way bigger than her. So she's my biggest surprise.
That's it.
Awesome. What time is it?
57.
Come here. Oh my goodness, it's almost time to end the show. Well, we have a few minutes, so I'm just gonna say I hope that you guys actually enjoyed learning about the DNA and Siggy's puppies and who the daddies are, and we have 2 daddies, and that we had 5 pink puppies. That was so exciting. We did do an ultrasound on Dakota like a week before she was due, and it was so crowded. And in fact, I have a video, and I'll be posting that of all of the movement, and it is amazing. We could see her whole belly, and it was like aliens inside of her stomach moving. And it was just so crowded that we couldn't even try to count, but we could tell it was very, very full. And so I had figured there was 4 or 5. So it was really exciting that we had 5, and all girls, yay. So that's good for a lot of you girls. A lot of you guys want girls, I know that. So that's all the news I got. Of course, we'll be offering Siggy's puppies, hopefully by this weekend.
Simba.
If you just peed on there, I'm gonna come here. So this is the deal. Whenever you have a male dog intact and you have other males here to breed, this is what you get. You get a boy who says, oh, Zeus is over there. Oh, Stebbins is over there. I'm gonna pee, because they have to mark their territory. And that is why you have to have a band on. So they sell something called a belly band, and it is for boy dogs. Get over here. Simba, come here. And down, down, down. And it will keep them from marking in your home. And so anytime he's loose, that's what he has to have on. But he normally doesn't pee on that crate, because that's where Nala lays. Are. Anyways, back to my my story. We are gonna say goodbye, and then we're gonna put you away.
In the pea crate.
And yeah, we're gonna put you in that crate. So, anyways, I thank you guys for joining us and supporting our channel. And obviously, if you didn't win something today, please make sure you go check out the new store that we have up on our website and get in on that, because when they're gone, and we'll bring in some more stuff hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And what else? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, it's 59. That'd be it.
Who are we gonna say? Who are we gonna hold and say goodbye this time? Come here. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's Nova.
Oh, Michelle asked, will you do an ultrasound during the show?
I've done it before, and we could do it again. We did it a few months back when we were still learning. It was really cool. We got to see a lot, but I would be more than happy to do it again if you guys want to see another one. Especially as we do more and more, then we're starting to really understand what it is we're doing, and hopefully not count the same puppy 3 times. But yeah, definitely, we could do it again. If you guys all want to see another one, we'll do it again. Huh. Yeah. Is that it? We're good, Lex?
Yeah. Gavin was just making sure that you did the DNA.
Yes, we did the DNA winners, and we announced who's getting the shirts, and we're going to send those off, and that's it, I think. Huh. Yeah? Are we ready to say goodbye?
Yes, we are.
All right. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, bye.